if you don't have that money and you're only looking at franchisee fee from the franchisor.
These side hustles are also not only about making money, it's also about passion.
The business is a full-time.
Full-time.
However, side hustles can be done provided you have look at Rameshwaram Cafe from here. Like for example, Biggie's Burger. No company says the franchisee is their first customer.
What are the 3 major red flags while you're choosing to get into a franchisee?
The IKIGAI is very important. Do the franchisor have the money to do social media, or is he taking money from you and putting? There's a guy who has invested into 7 stores. He's actually working in Dubai.
So I think a lot of us have always been, at some point of time wanting to have a chain of restaurants ourselves, right? I think maybe after listening to this particular podcast with Dr. Chackochen, I'm sure we will all take that punch decisively now. He has 6 master's degree and 1 PhD and a PhD in franchisee management. And that's the topic for today's discussion. And I think there are a lot of people in India and probably all over the world who have been doing a traditional job, but they also, whenever they go out in a mall or they're going out shopping, I think we all feel that I should have some kind of a store like this, right?
That's wonderful.
So, and
every kid would like to think.
Exactly.
That's right.
And I think many a times that dreams remains as a dream. But I think with this podcast, we can make that dream a reality.
Wow, that's exciting for me, yes, Sachin.
So I think our man, Dr. Chackochen, is going to help us make a lot of our dreams come true by helping us understand how the franchisee industry works, what exactly happens inside, and what are the things that affects it from the outside. He has almost 35 years of experience, and he has built 1,700 franchisees, mentored over 1,000 entrepreneurs. I think the list can go on. So let's see how we can learn about franchising, franchisees, franchisors. A lot of such things will be discussed in this quick, in this discussion with Dr. Chacko. So I have a very, pertinent question related to the kind of podcast that we do. See, in today's world, most of us have our, primary jobs, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So a couple of us are lawyers or doctors. There are some couple.
I worked with all of them.
All of them, yeah. So what I really want to know is that many of them have a passion towards running something that they really feel for. This hustle culture is something that's catching on across the world, right? I think these side hustles are also not only about making money, it's also about passion.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I want you to give us some really, strong suggestions and learnings and some nice anecdotes about how to manage your side hustle the franchise side hustle, how to manage these things and how to choose a franchisee as a side hustle.
Such a very interesting question, but I know many people who have done the side hustle by putting their money have lost it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My experience has been.
Okay.
The reason is because a business is not a part-time stuff.
Ah.
A business is a full-time.
Full-time.
However, side hustles can be done provided you have a good partner with you.
Somebody to support you.
So let me give you some scenarios. When I was working for the salon industry, we had so many IT professionals who listen to me carefully. Okay, listen to me very carefully. I'm telling this not for you, but for
all the audience.
For the audience. Many of them who had purchased a house and a car after 15 years wants to do something. Instead of investing in a house or another car, they looked at a business for their wives. So that is how beauty industry came in.
Correct.
Flourishing.
Correct.
In fact, in my LinkedIn, I written an article how IT professionals turned into entrepreneurship. And I had so many IT entrepreneurs who had enough money coming and pumping their money. But since you asked me this question of the hustle, 15, 20 years ago, it was a fashion to invest money because I had the money. But the market has become so matured right now that people are looking for the IKIGAI.
The
Japanese model where I have a passion and I don't want money. But my passion before I die, I want to do something.
Achieve that.
So let me give you some, stories or anecdotes. So what has happened is, when people went into this IT, the guy said, I want to do business, but it's on my wife's name. The wife is pregnant second time. She doesn't have time to go and look after the business. A lot of things happen. So by the time you put in a business, you're actually, she probably becomes pregnant and she doesn't have the time to go around. But what has happened during that time? You don't have time because you have a project
Correct.
in hand, you have deadlines, and you're not able to go and visit the store. What has happened? Many of them have sold their business now. However, people who have their wives supporting them as their business partner, understanding and making the wife believe that this business is for her, or she has a passion for business, her IKIGAI is beauty. They have succeeded extremely well. So what I want to tell all the viewers is, figure out what you wanted in life.
Important basic things that we need to know about a franchisee system.
There are two sides. One, a franchisor should know how to franchise his brand correctly. The other thing is, a franchisee who is getting into franchise business should also know what he is supposed to do. There are two things.
Yes.
Many people think that if I go and buy a franchise from a X brand, everything is taken care. There are good brands, very good brands in India, which has certain ethos. But there are brands which don't have any ethos. They just try to collect money and exit the business. So I'm really concerned and worried about
the latter.
The second one, which I'm talking about. I'm very concerned. I'm very happy about the super brands that India has built, right? There are many good brands that in India, 25 years, they have in the market. But however, each genre's timing is different. For example, I will always say food, clothing and shelter will always be standardized.
Okay.
However, in food, you will find many brands coming and going out. That's the truth, right?
They'll not stick for long.
They don't. You go and just see the market. Today there will be one brand coming in, tomorrow it's not there. The reason is everybody's trying to thrive on somebody else's money. That's not franchising for me.
Correct.
And I want to tell all the viewers who are watching, if you're wanting to franchise your brand, you need to have an extra amount of money for brand building exercises, which I don't think in India people are ready to put that kind of money. That's my, real feeling that I have. No, at least for the 10 stores that you initially franchise, you should have some kind of a money branding, publicizing, or helping the franchisee to find the customers. There's a lot of things that you need to do. But then if you don't have that money and you're only looking at franchisee fee from the franchisee to run your own franchise business, I think that's not the ethical way of doing it. But as a consultant, as somebody who has worked in this industry, I would look at legacy brands. My current passion is to see legacy brands built in India.
Can you give an example or two?
Any brand that is over 20 years, 15 years, right? Who could franchise well, scale up well,
kept the
quality, consistency, reputation,
customer
branding, marketing, customer
satisfaction.
That's very important. But however, there are some excellent franchising companies which are doing extreme. Take the look at Rameshwaram Cafe from here. Look at Natural Salon, Green Trend Salon.
You've been an advisor for them, right?
I've worked with all the brands, so I know how popular they are and how they have done well. And look at Blossom Lingerie Wear, which is a Kerala-based company, which is franchising. Now, these are wonderful companies with high reputation for their brand.
Correct.
Blossom is a 40-year-old brand, which is right now franchising.
Okay.
You understand?
It took some time for them.
It took time to understand. Today they have more than 50 stores in Kerala and they are branching out. So as you rightly asked me, when do you think? So when they have built a brand, then they franchise.
Correct.
But today, I told you that
They start off with
and
then they create a brand.
then they create a brand. So this is very scalable, where your brand is very popular. Such brands can be franchised very easily with money with them. Otherwise, it is not possible.
Okay.
Right?
Great.
So that's when investments are coming in. There are now investors looking for franchising brands where they could invest. If the concept is good, there are investors who are coming in now saying that, okay, you have 10 stores now. Let's do 50 stores. I will invest you.
Okay.
Invest in you. So there are investing companies which are now looking at franchising business. Like, for example, Biggie's Burger is a good brand from
Bangalore, yeah.
So, the owners are, talking to me and seeing how we could scale up and stuff like that. So there are some good brands. Will they all survive?
Exactly.
Are they all franchisable?
Correct.
Are they all scalable? Is there systems and processes that they need to have to ensure that the franchisee is successful?
Or not in the future, yes. So
It's not easy. 35 years I've lived in franchising. I have eaten in franchisees' houses. I have gone for their weddings. I have gone for their, housewarming ceremonies. I have gone in for their, some death that has happened in their house. I have lived franchising all my life, and I feel passionate about somebody trusting you and putting money. It's a high responsibility for the franchisor to ensure that money has to be saved by a guy who's investing in
that.
But this is about the small time investments, David.
Exactly.
But look at Reliance, look at Tata's, look at the
big names.
Mahindras. These are ethical companies, big companies who would actually have the bandwidth to create that kind of a ecosystem.
Yes.
So those brands are, for me, they love to do this. But then today, everybody looks at it from the sales and marketing angle, not from the franchising angle. For me, the franchising angle is every franchisee should win. Yeah. They are your first customer.
Yes.
But no company says the franchisee is their first customer. They always say the customer is the first. That's a lame duck excuse.
So there's a two-level approach in franchising.
That's a lame, because I vouch. If your franchisee is not happy as a customer, do you think he will serve your customers?
Yeah.
That's where he cuts corners.
Exactly. And then the product also.
And the brand name is going. So when I say this in forums, people laugh at me or people look at me very, what is this guy saying about? But I want to tell you, living, franchising for the last 35 years, if you do not, I get very angry with some of the owners. I've been very honest with you. Some of the owners don't even, treat these franchisees well.
Yeah.
Because their brand is so big. They ask him to mind their own business, kind of a attitude.
Arrogance.
No, arrogance. I don't believe in that. He is my first customer.
Correct.
A franchising company who thinks franchisee first.
That is, you need to work with them.
We need to work with such companies.
Why franchising? Like, what made you get into this entire thing called franchising? If you could have been an engineer, you could have been a doctor, you could have been a CA, you could have been so many other things. But franchising, and that was 30 years ago, that is something that's very difficult for us to understand. I really want to know about that.
Well, I actually joined a company called DSRC, Data Software Research Company. We were the pioneers in the IT education, school education. Imagine 30 years ago, today we talk about IT. I think we were the pioneers in those days who went to schools carrying those, 256, computers, huge size computers to every school. And we were actually trying to teach computer sciences in those days, where I learned sales and marketing as my forte. I'm not an MBA guy at that time, but then I did my BSc mathematics, and I felt like, for me, sales was natural, and I thought I should be able to get into this field. So when I got into this field, I started learning about sales and marketing, and I the early 90s saw the big giants like NIT, Aptech, SSI, CAT Center, and many computer companies which franchised.
Yes. Yeah.
So I had the privilege of working for these brands, and I understood that franchising is cut and paste of a business. Very simple format. Right, a cut and paste of a simple a concept. But however, franchising is not that easy. But that's what people think in India. So people will say, "Let me use somebody else's, OPM, other people's money, and make some money out of my brand that I have built." But that is not the case. These companies have actually done extremely well in building an ecosystem to provide a platform for people who wanted to invest and take returns out of those brands. But as a franchisor, you have a lot to do to make your franchisee happy.
Yeah.
Right? One of the things that I always say is, you ask me the question, why am I stuck to this particular industry 35 years still, and what is my future plans and stuff like that, right? Now, the reason for me to be stuck in this particular industry, when every friends of mine from the NIT, Aptech ages, all have moved into retail at that time, right? They all jumped into retail. And they all went into different genres of business. But something told me that I need to stick to this in my heart. The reason being, I'm very passionate about sales.
Okay.
Number one. Number two, I am passionate about marketing products and services. And in franchising, I can do both. Plus, I'm also giving an opportunity for somebody to scale or use a platform to become an entrepreneur, which, I mean, no other, tool or vehicle that will give this opportunity.
It's not so easy also.
It is not easy. So, franchising is basically using somebody else's proven methodology.
Tried and tested.
Tried and tested. Using that brand name. As an investor, I am making money out of this. Very simple, layman terms that I would like to say. Second thing is, when I deal with people, I'm a people person. When I see somebody believing what I am saying and taking up a franchisee because of the franchisor that I work for, where I was able to, develop 1,700 franchisees across India and abroad, I feel satisfied in my life that I am doing something for the society.
Yeah.
That satisfaction made me stay in this field for the last 35 years, where I have pursued my interest in the academic side of having a PhD in franchise management, which is something which I really, believe and value.
So I think as a student now, I want to ask you, what are the 3 major red flags while you're choosing to get into a franchisee?
Choosing to get into a franchise?
Yes. Let us say, for example, I'm interested in starting a franchisee. Okay, and I want
buying
to
a franchise?
Yeah, buying a franchisee.
Okay.
I'm interested in investing or starting something with somebody else's. So, what are the 3 red flags and green flags I need to look out for in the probable franchise that I want to invest in or want to take part in that?
Yeah. For the first thing is, I always say, what genre that you want to be in.
Something that.
And Sachin likes ice cream, but I like football.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, 2 different things. Yeah.
2 different things. But Sachin took an ice cream parlor for his wife, and she is doing very well. He is making money. When Sachin and I as friends, when we meet, I am doing well, yaar. Now, I am thinking, Sachin is doing very well in ice cream. So I will also start ice cream. So being my friend, I will start another brand. I will not brand it. But maybe Sachin may say, no, you go to Koramangala and you do it. I am in Indranagar. You can also start. But let me tell you, that is Sachin's IKIGAI.
Not yours.
That's not mine. But if I am doing so, I'm a passionate sports guy, or I'm a passionate beauty entrepreneur. I would look at something in that genre.
Okay.
And try and find the first big brand.
Okay.
And find out what is the investment that I need to make.
Okay.
That's first one. But I also will say, I am living in Indiranagar. Is the brand available here?
Okay.
In my opinion, it will be all be there.
Already taken, yeah.
So what do you do? So number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, up to that you can go. Beyond that, if you go, you will not make money. Because the market is segmented.
Correct.
Right? The best brands will pull people. So even if you put money in the 4th or 5th brand, I don't think you'll make money. This is my assessment and the way I want to teach.
Correct.
So look at, in a particular genre, who is the first guy who's coming into the business? Pick that brand if you can. Second, third. Right? Let's take an example of the salon itself. People try for naturals.
Yeah.
If they don't get naturals, they try for green trends. If they don't get green trends, they will try for Tony and Guy.
Yeah.
Or the local brand which is very popular, V-Blunt or what?
Bounce.
Yeah. Again, in this, each of these salons are catering to different customer segments. So where do you want to position yourself is important.
Okay.
Right? Are you looking at the mass premium or the premium or the elite?
Yeah.
Kind. And so each brand positioning is very important.
Okay.
So
you have to connect with that.
Yeah. Just because,
and also the money matters.
And the money matters. So if I put this money, will I get something? So it's a very big game. Nobody does this. They just try to go, look at something and say, okay. But today market is very, 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 knowledgeable. So the IKIGAI is very important.
Correct.
And where do you invest? And so this is the invest for choosing the right franchise, right? And then looking at their marketing strength and the support.
Correct.
Number 2. Number 3, who is the owner? I am very concerned about the owner.
Okay.
How does that matter, you might ask me?
Yeah.
If the owner is fully involved in the business, or is he a sleeping partner? Or he created a band, he is going to sleep somewhere else. That if you don't have an active owner, then the R&D, the guy who creates the brand is the one whose innovation is not. So we need to look at these 3 things. Support systems. What kind of support systems are they doing? Is there a constant innovation that happens in that company? We need to do due diligence of the company before even we get into a franchising system. Let me ask you a question. You're married, right?
No.
Not yet?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. I am married. But before I get married, if it is an arranged marriage, what do we do?
You do a background check.
We do a background check.
Family.
Everything. Will it match for me?
Exactly.
That's exactly what we are supposed
to do this.
In my PhD, I've written one chapter of franchisee relationships.
Okay.
How do you choose a franchisee? I have written a book on franchising, which is called The Franchising Right Way, which is available on Amazon and on Flipkart. And the viewers who are watching this podcast can buy it online. And this book will talk about both the franchisor and the franchisee. I'm going to write my second book soon. And I've thought about 3 or 4 books that I need to bring it out in the market. Now, what I'm saying this is, when you are choosing the franchisor, you have to do a lot of due diligence. Will my money be safe with this guy? Just because one store is doing well, don't assume that the business is doing well. This is Insider Podcast.
So we're getting the insider's opinion now.
You're getting the insider's opinion. People jump because I see this, Indiranagar, this store is doing well. But if you put this in Dasarahalli, will it work?
It might not work, yeah.
So that market research is very important. Of course, today every brand will survive if the brand is marketed well.
Correct.
Because of social media.
Yes.
Do the franchisor have the money to do social media, or is he taking money from you and putting for franchising? These are some of the hard questions that we need to answer. I can tell you a very interesting case study. The way I joined the natural green trends. I was doing my PhD at that time. One of my friend actually was wanting to take a franchise. So I was doing my PhD and I was studying about different brands. So I studied about green trends, I studied about naturals. And here comes a real case study of my friend asking me, saying that he told me that he has decided to go into salon business because that was the booming time.
Correct. Yeah.
And all the brands were getting into franchising about 10-15 years ago.
Yeah.
So he said, I asked him why. He said, I have decided because my wife can take care of it. It's a women's, genre. So he asked me, Anna, what can I said, I don't want to tell you anything, but I know what I can recommend for you because of what I have studied. At that time I'm not working. So I gave him all the checklists that he need to ask the manager who is selling green trends. So this guy who used to go regularly and ask these questions, this lady was always perplexed. Nobody asked me these questions and everybody was willing to come and give their money and just take the brand. But this guy is curiously asking so many questions.
He's asking the right questions.
He's asking the right question and she got to know many things. So finally he decides, so I asked him, which brand do you want to take? So he said, I want to go with green trends. I didn't know, I'm not supposed to say why he did not look at the other brands.
Other ones, yeah.
What are the other nuances? I don't want to say this, but then he decided to go. He said, I want to pay money, but I want you to come along with me.
Okay.
So I go there and I sit next to this guy. I had a beard at that time when I was doing my PhD. I had a beard and I was,
had a nerdy look.
Nerdy, like, I'm doing PhD, right?
You have to show that. Yeah.
Show that. So I was looking very casually dressed. This girl comes and tells me, who is this guy? He's asking my friend. So he said, he said my background.
Okay.
She jumped out of this chair and said, sir, I now know who was the one behind this guy asking me for so many questions all this time. Would you mind me taking you to my boss? Because they were looking for a head at that time.
Oh, okay.
So I go and meet the boss. I share my CV. They said, come meet Mr. C.K. Ranganathan, the chairman of Kevin Care.
Okay.
I put in all my effort to work with the company to build 300 stores for them. Now, why am I saying this? Because you need to have systems and processes while you choose your franchisee. However, I was able to work with that company later.
Okay.
That's my story of getting into franchising. And that's a God moment for me. We talked about choosing the right franchisor.
Yes.
Now let me look at the other side of looking at the franchisee.
See.
Everybody is in a tearing hurry to pick up somebody else's money.
Yeah.
That's what India is all about today.
Correct.
Okay. But I want to tell you, if you're looking at legacy brand building, you don't have to sign everyday franchisees with which you are making a lot of mistakes. So you have to put up again, if you're really looking for good franchisees to work with you, you need to match their IKIGAI with you.
Okay.
But you don't have the time. So what is happening in the market? The franchisee manager is trying not to, just get somebody into the pitch because he has a sales target. So he signs up any Tom, Dick and Harry. If the brand is excellent, they will manage and thrive. But if you're a starting brand, you bring a riffraff into the system who is going to be nagging you. He doesn't have the money. He comes in exactly the required
narrow state of mind.
Mindset. It's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
So let me share with you another story all these IT fellows who signed up with the salon industry at that time, most of them exited the business.
Exited. Okay. Why did they do that?
Because they are always Excel sheet driven. So when you drive Excel sheets with reality, it will not match.
Yeah.
So you need to be little more
Skin in the game.
skin in the game that we talk
Or
about.
dig yourself into
dig
the
yourself.
business.
You need to go and figure out why the operation is not working. How is the manpower skilling? You have. That's why I said it. A business is a full-time job, not a part-time.
Okay.
Now we get the picture now.
Yes.
However, you can have a part-time gig that you run. It can be a passion. Where you're saying, I'm doing it for passion, but I'm not looking at great money from that. But from there comes Theo Brahma.
Yeah. I think the latest news of them being acquired for 1,400 crores, right?
So that's a passion during the pandemic which came in. Yoga Bar.
Yeah.
It's another classic story.
Correct.
Right? From passion came in brands. And they were putting their best efforts into the whole thing. Right? So that's something which I'm game for. But then when you are franchising, look at people. Initially, go slow. Don't be in a tearing hurry. Get
slow and steady.
Get the first 10 stores
up and
running full steam. They should be your pilots, or they should be your case studies to say they are doing well. But most companies are tearing hurry to create a brand and fail. Because they would bring in somebody who doesn't know about sales, marketing. Techies are techies.
Exactly. They're used sitting in front of a system and
exactly. And then you keep on calling guys who say, hey, why sales has not come? It doesn't work like that. You need to get down to the ground and say, what's happening, man? Why sales is not happening?
So the thumb rule is that you have to be 24/7.
I'm not saying that. Let me give you some other examples. For example, the big brands like Van Ozen or all the big Alan Solly. There is an investor.
Correct.
These are set business. Retail is a very, very, very simple business. You have products, people come, buy and go.
Correct.
Simple. So customers come to you. But there are businesses where you go to the customer and you have to acquire customers because you're in a competitive world. But you look at these big brands, there are certain people who buy those brands only.
Correct.
Right? So those investments, I don't think, for example, I know Blossom. There's a guy who has invested into 7 stores. He's actually working in Dubai.
But because a good brand, well run. Doesn't need to worry about these things.
Nothing to worry about. So
the smaller ones you need to be a little bit more careful about.
The newer ones.
The newer ones rather.
The newer ones. Correct. But then you have an established brand.
Then you don't need
just
to worry
pick it up. Ask your family to go and see how it runs. But then I still would say, but today with so much technology, once I walked into a Blossom store, the owner sitting in Dubai was calling the girls and saying, get tea for
the latest customer.
I don't know whether he's working for that company or he's looking at his business.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, the hustle is working.
Correct.
Right? But then it's working very well because there's profitability in that business.
Yeah.
You're employing 2 people. Morning one person comes, evening one person closes. So we need to look at where we can invest.
Correct.
So let's take a food industry. You have to be there.
Yeah. 24/7.
Right? So do you want to take that risk? See, look at some of them who are very 9 to 6 personality and get back home and, sleep. Or, friends spend time with his family. But this guy wants to do business. He's working there 8. You'll have to probably work 13 to 14 hours, which anyway now IT guys are doing till Friday. Right? Correct. But then if you really look at brands, like today, Ayurveda is a big thing, right? It's all set businesses, spa.
Correct.
There are certain set businesses that you could look at. I'm just working with one company which is making play areas. Right today, your children don't play. They're all
Yes,
mobile.
there are no public grounds.
Public grounds that are available, like schools. Those days we had PT period. That PT period is also being swallowed by
Correct.
AI and other things. So we don't have physical activity. So now you find these things coming up, which is a business opportunity. Then I know a friend of mine who runs a football club, football coaching, and he's franchising it.
Oh,
Now, I mean, anything and everything can be franchised provided you have a model created by it.
correct. You need a basic.
You have a basic thread to say that this
Then you
business
build
works,
on that.
and you build on that, right? So different businesses. Look at gyms as an example. Look at health bars as an example. Look at
Cultivate.
wellness as an example. Look at so many industries are popping up in India. It's a great
Correct.
franchising is the thing, but where do you invest? Whom do you consult? Whom do you ask for help?
I know whom to consult. Dr. Chacko.
Thank you very much. I'm not sure if I can satisfy everybody, but then I'll give my best because I have a team of consultants who are whom I picked up from the market. These are guys who have been age-old guys who work with me. Meaning, when you asked me when did you start? So those guys are now become consultants, and I'm face of the organization now, and I have a food consultant with me. I have a education consultant with me.
All verticals you have.
I'm just
So, actually, we want to know a little bit more about you also, your background. I have seen you very active on LinkedIn. You make some wonderful, posts over there, some nice business case studies, some personal anecdotes also. I think, the audience want to know, quickly about your background and some interesting inputs and some tidbits of your life.
well, Sachin, I'm a Malayali based in Chennai, so more a Tamilian than a Malayali.
Okay.
But then when I shift to Kerala, I'm a Malayali. When I come to Andhra, I'm a Telugu because I speak Telugu very well.
Okay.
I got married in Karnataka to a Malayali girl. So
So you're a son-in-law of Karnataka.
I don't know where I don't speak Kannada, but then I've traveled across the country, and 16 countries I've traveled in the last 35 years. A lot of exposure outside the country, and but the interesting thing is I failed in my 12th.
Okay.
I failed in 12th mathematics,
Maths.
and that was very shocking for me because I was an average. I mean, not a bad student.
It's interesting that you failed in maths, but today you're helping multiply people's money and adding value to their life and subtracting, problems in their businesses.
True.
Right?
Yeah, I didn't think that way, but then you brought in a new perspective to me. So that really put me on a very bad feeling of rejection, feeling that I'm not worth it.
Yeah.
I went through a kind of a depression at that time, but those days we don't know whether it is depression.
Depression or not, yeah.
And I never used to get out of the house because I was very popular. I was a drummer.
You're a rock star also.
I mean, those days, I went for RDC parade.
Oh, NCC.
NCC.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm an NCC RDD 1990 candidate.
Okay.
So Tamil Nadu battalion won the runners-up at that year, and I was part of that contingent. I was the chairman of my college. After my 12th, these are some of the achievements I did. I set and since you asked me that question, I want to tell you that failure changed my perspective of life. And I want to prove a point to my parents.
That fire.
Somebody asked me, when your energy. So that hit me hard. Because in school, I was a good sportsman. I was the champion of the school. Athletics, cricket, volleyball, hockey, any game that you tell, I will be playing. But then, when this happened, everybody deserted me. I became lonely. That loneliness hit me hard in life. So I decided to do BSc Mathematics.
Oh, you took it on.
That you will not see in my CV because we don't put the graduation part of it. You are only seeing the other side of the
You're looking only the icing.
When we hit 35 to 40, there's something called midlife crisis that hits us. And I'm sure Sachin must also be somewhere searching that. So midlife crisis hits, and then you say, why am I on earth?
Yeah. You question
your
own
existence.
Yeah.
And that's the meaning I was searching for, and I figured out through psychology. I understood what my passion is all about. And I decided that helping people is my passion.
Yeah.
Either it can be business, or it can be marriage, or it can be coaching or mentoring.
Wonderful.
So I pursued, you see so many degrees.
Yes.
The reason is every degree is connected to my passion.
And something that happened in your life.
That has happened in my life.
Mr. Chacko is has got such a variety of interests, and also in career he's done so many things. And you know what, he has come here and shared his wonderful knowledge about franchising. I think all our viewers, who want to get in touch with him, they can reach you through through the LinkedIn.
Yes, they can do through LinkedIn, or you want me to give the number, I can give.
I think in LinkedIn is the best thing. I think I would
my company name is franchisingRightWay.com.
Yes. So
the name itself is
Rightway.com.
That means there is wrong way, so many
wrong
ways, which I don't want to be part of that in India.
Yes.
I want to be in
we really appreciate the way you're trying to channelize the right kind of ethical business in the franchising industry. And I'm so sure that through the Insider Opinion podcast, a lot of people who want to get into franchising today, or after watching this particular podcast, will be inspired, and they will be making that decision, that to get into franchising. I'm sure you'll get a lot of calls. Please keep your assistants ready so that they can, cater to all these calls.
Sure.
It was wonderful having you on our show. Lastly, I think I'll get in touch with you to start my own franchise.
That's a good one. I mean, I'm really happy to serve you, Pratik and Sachin. Wonderful two human beings I met today.
Thank you.
Pratik is not seen in the picture, but then he's a very silent man who does things for the podcast. And Sachin, you're a wonderful host, making me so comfortable to share so many things that I've never shared elsewhere.
I'd love to spend more time with you some other time. Let's do another podcast for this.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Love you.